Welcome back. Happy Saturday. It's freaking cold, guys. It's supposed to snow tonight in Florida. When does that ever happen? I think the last time that happened, I was like 7 when I first moved down here, and it was like frost on the ground. So it's cold. Crazy stuff. Today we're going to talk about another cold place, Syracuse, New York. I came across this story a couple of days ago, and it really stuck with me. So I want to tell you guys. So, like I said, we're in Syracuse, New York. We're talking about Rhea and Eddie Holmes. They've been married for like 20-something years. And they both were working really hard. And they were getting ready to sign a house. And they got it through. They got approved. Mortgage company's like, we'll give you the loan. And they're going on the day of, they're going to go sign the dotted line, because it's not yours until you sign it, right? So that's like a whole day. You sign it, it's a big deal. So on the day that they're going to sign the contract to purchase their home that they worked for 20 plus years for, right? I mean, they worked super hard. This was their goal. They found their dream home. They're going to sign the contract to get their dream home. And Eddie has a heart attack the day of. He has a heart attack, and unfortunately, he passes away. So rest in peace to Eddie. I'm excited to see you in heaven, Eddie. I hope it's peaceful and amazing. But for Rhea, it was devastating. I mean, on the day that she's supposed to sign the contract to have her forever home with her forever man, he dies. That's kind of... talk about bad things happening at one time, right, guys? We talk about that all the time, right? So instead of all of this money going towards the down payment and repairs on the house and things that she wants around the house, a new couch, bed, stuff like that, she's buying a headstone. She's buying a place to put Eddie into the dirt. And she even spent money on building a bench right next to Eddie's grave so that she could sit there and hang out with him. She spent basically all of the money that they had on Eddie's grave and funeral and things like that. So she was homeless. She was literally homeless. So from March of 2025 till about December of 2025, Rhea would sleep right next to Eddie's grave. She would sleep in the cemetery. She'd volunteer her time at like a soup kitchen food pantry so that she could eat throughout the day. And then at night, she'd go back to the cemetery and sleep with her husband. Like, this is some pretty sad stuff, right? Like, she was devastated, and she's homeless. She's probably never thinking she's going to have her dream home or anything like that. So like I said, this goes on for months, for pretty much all of 2025, until a police officer, Jamie Portorello, gets a tip from actually a retired detective who saw her when he was driving by, like sleeping in the cemetery, and told Officer Jamie, there's this woman sleeping in the cemetery. You should probably go check that out, see what's going on with her. So Jamie shows up, and he obviously sees Rhea sleeping there. And, Officer Jamie could have been really mean. I'm pretty sure it's against the law to sleep in a cemetery. He could have arrested her, thrown her in jail, right? And totally went about it in a mean way. But instead, Officer Jamie saw a woman in pain, inquired about what was going on, right? And kind of gets the story, and Rhea tells him the story and like what's been happening and like what her situation is. And Officer Jamie is like, okay, this is not happening. So he pays for Rhea to stay in a hotel. And then they kind of work things out with a local college that over winter break in December of last year, Rhea was allowed to stay in the dorm rooms. So she had a place to sleep that wasn't literally in the freezing cold in a cemetery. So she got hotels. Like, Officer Jamie paid for those hotels by himself. And then, she gets to stay in this dorm. And then through this charity organization, she gets a tiny home for free. She gets to live forever in a tiny home now. It's hers. She has a place to stay. It's not too far from Eddie's grave. So that is just beautiful. I mean, what can we say, right, guys? Officer Jamie, if you ever see this, you were acting like an angel. You were being like Virgil. You were acting like an angel for that woman. She needed help. She just needed someone to even just to listen to her problems. And you went above and beyond for this beautiful woman. Shout out to Rhea. I pray that someone loves me like that one day, where they'll literally sleep next to my grave in snowstorms. I pray that I get someone like that. Rest in peace to Eddie. Again, that's brutal. But it goes to show us, you guys, like, what did I say? If the opportunity presents itself, which it will throughout your life, you'll have opportunities like this to step up and to do something good for somebody else who is in need. You take full advantage of it, like Officer Jamie. A beautiful story. She gets her own tiny home. I'm so happy for her. And then our verse of the day, let me open up my tiny little pocket Bible, you guys. We're going to go to Matthew. We're in the Sermon on the Mount. I highly suggest, if you have not read the Sermon on the Mount, you read the Sermon on the Mount. And it's Matthew chapter 7, verses 12 through 14. Okay? So here we are. So whatever you wish that others would do to you, do also to them. For this is the law and the prophets. Enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is easy that leads to destruction, and those who enter by it are many. For the gate is narrow and the way is hard that leads to life, and those who find it are few. Make sure you're one of those few, okay? I love all of you. I hope you have a great day. Stay warm. Kiss an old lady. Make a fire. Go out there and see the snow. That never happens in Florida. Go see the snow, because you see it once and it's not the best after that. But have a wonderful day. I will see you guys all tomorrow before we go to church. Bye-bye.